What's going on, guys? Krusty Cool back here with another Detroit Lions video. What a finish that was in that Atlanta game with the Lions. This week we got the Indianapolis Colts. We coming into our house, of course. But before we get into that game, just a little recap of what we saw in the last week. I did predict that the Falcons would win. I thought it would be a close game. You know, I felt a little bit better about their offense in comparison to our own. But you know, the Lions were able to eke that one out. The Falcons really had it in the bag there. All they needed to do was take a couple knees, and I'm not going to fault Todd Gurley there for going into the end zone. I think as a coach, when you're in that situation, you don't run the ball because, I mean, guys, like when they're in the mindset of running the ball, their momentum may cause them to fall forward on occasion. You got to knee the ball in that situation, and I think that's more of a coaching error than I would put that on the players and, giving the ball back to the Lions and Matthew Stafford and giving them another opportunity, especially we've seen the Lions go down and win games like that before, so that was definitely an error on their part. And getting onto the defenses, they both played really well. Like I said, I didn't really know what we were going to get out of either defenses. I was expecting a little higher scoring game, but both defenses showed up, and they had some great stands on fourth down for both sides. The Falcons stopping us on fourth down in the first half when we were on the goal line, trying to get in and get that touchdown instead of settling for a field goal. And in the second half, same thing with the Falcons. I believe it was 4th and 5, and our defense was able to hold them there and get the ball back to our offense. But had a couple missed field goals. But there's like a field goal game. The defense has really buckled down, especially in that second half until like the late end. I mean, we got a couple field goals in there besides our last touchdown drive. But it was pretty defensive, and it's kind of fun to watch. I mean, little sloppy play at times, defensive, and you had some scores here and there, so you got a little bit of everything in it. Some excitement there at the end, but going into this week, we got the Indianapolis Colts coming up, and looking at the Lions the past 2 weeks as opposed to the other weeks prior to that, my whole outlook on this game is definitely a little bit different. I would have, if you had asked me a couple weeks ago, I'd have said the Colts would have definitely blown the Lions out the way we've been looking. We were looking pretty suspect, especially on offense, just being so inconsistent. The defense was actually playing pretty bad before the bye, but coming out of the bye, this team seems to be playing tighter. The offense is still a little up and down. I don't feel like they've found their route, but that's the thing. You want to get hot at the right times. This team is definitely not clicking on all cylinders on offense, and we'll see where the offense goes going forward, but I like what I'm seeing out of the defense. And coming against the Colts, I think the main thing to look at here is I think this is going to be a defensive game because we know the Colts have an amazing defense. I think they're going to be able to definitely shut down the Lions offense. I think it's going to be definitely one of those tough ones. We're going to have to get our yards here and there, and whatever opportunities get, we've got to be able to take it. Like, we can't get away from the run. I think the Colts are going to definitely be able to buckle down on our run. We're going to have to get maybe some short passes here, try and get some plays, maybe some play action. If we can get some kind of run game, maybe some play action down the field, I think Galladay will make a couple plays. But like I said, this Colts defense is pretty tough, man. It's not going to be easy getting points. So whatever we can get, even field goals will be good here. And defensive side for the Lions, I mean, I think running the ball for the Colts has got to be the main thing we've got to be concerned about. I think they can definitely get some play action off of us if we let them in. Phillip Rivers is definitely capable. I think defensively we want to try and disguise, maybe a couple some zone blitzes, man here and there, try and switch up the defense. We've got to try and confuse Rivers, try and get to him as best we can. But that's going to be the main thing there. But I think the main thing, like I said, with the Colts offense, we definitely got to try and stop their run. This is definitely not going to be an easy matchup, and this team is pretty well built, from offense, defense, special teams. I like what they've got going on with their coaching staff, so this is definitely, out of the 3 games we've had these 3 weeks, is definitely the toughest team for us to play, and Colts are definitely looking like a playoff-bound team, and we'll see where they go going forward. As for who I have winning this game, it's a lot tougher now just seeing how the Lions, especially how the Lions defense is played. I really feel that they'll be able to hold the Colts down to where we'll have a chance at the end. I want to say my heart wants to say the Lions, but my gut is telling me the Colts are going to manage to get us in the end here because I think just defensively they're going to have enough to shut us down unless we are making those really crucial plays and we can't have any turnovers. We're going to almost have to play, I wouldn't say a perfect game, but definitely a more error-free game. But I'm slightly leaning towards the Colts, so this is probably my 3rd week in a row picking against the Lions. It's worked out for us Lions fans, right? But it's definitely a game I can see the Lions winning. I think this is going to be very defensive. I just feel like the Colts, I like what they've got going. With their whole thing with the running back, I think that might set up for some stuff. We've been better against the run, But if we can stop the running back here, if we can get their run game in check, the Lions have a decent chance of winning as long as we don't turn the football over either. But I like what the Colts bring to the table from a receiver standpoint, especially on their tight ends. I think will help with their blocking the run, and they've got a lot of things going on offense where you can definitely give us troubles. But like I said, the Lions have been playing a lot better on defense since coming off of the bye, these past 2 weeks. So we're going to really see how this goes. I'm expecting a more defensive game. Like last week, I was expecting it to be more offensive. I think this is definitely going to be one of those kind of defensive games for the Lions offensively. I think we're going to have to try and work the tight end. I think Marvin Jones and Galladay, I like the Colts secondary. They're pretty decent against receivers, I'd say. I think where we're going to have to make our bread and butter is a short pass to maybe switch some of our running backs and get Kerryon Johnson going and definitely Hawkinson. I think that's where we're going to have to make our money playing some small ball. And if we can get the defenders to come up a little bit, maybe we can take our deep shots when we can. But yeah, this is definitely going to be one of those defenses down to the wire. You got to make your field goals here and there, and we'll see how it goes. Colts fans, Lions fans, let me know your thoughts. How you think this game will go, and for the rest of the season going forward, what are you guys looking into? What do you see going forward? And the Lions getting a pick here, before the trade deadline. We'll see if they do anything else, and we'll see how things go. And go Lions! And you guys, let me know your thoughts.